Hi everyone,
Hello,
my name is Melanie,
and I'm Michael.
and welcome to Uplift Stitches. We are a married couple, and this channel is a place where we talk about cross-stitching, board games, and other things that make our hearts happy.
Yeah, and so today is February 1st, right?
It's February now.
Yeah, it's February now. January's gone. And it is Saturday, February 1st, I should say. And this is
2025.
2025. We are still in 2025. We haven't gone that fast.
No,
But this is Flosstube number 18?
I think so.
18.
You're better at math than me.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, I think it's the 18th Flosstube video, which is kind of crazy as well. We're getting close to 20. It's been about a month since we were here last, and the snow is all gone.
There's still some small piles.
Small piles, but it'll be gone by the end of next week. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's going to be above freezing all week, and I'm kind of sad that the snow is all gone, but that's just me.
Maybe we'll get more. Winter's not over.
It's not over yet, but so if you're new here, welcome. We hope you will enjoy seeing what you see. And
Yeah, we're so glad to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah.
If you're a returning friend, oh, it's so nice to see you again.
Yes.
At the end, we always say that we love you, but we're going to start out by saying we love you.
Yes, we do. It's just a wonderful community to be a part of, and I just feel blessed to have such wonderful people in our lives now.
We're grateful for you all.
Yeah.
We hope that you're well. We hope that you're taking care of yourselves.
Yeah. So if you are new, usually we'll talk a little bit about what we did over the last month, because we do have a lot of family and friends that kind of watch, that kind of use this update on our lives. But if you're not interested in that, you can use the bookmarks below to kind of jump between different sections. Anyway, so what has happened over the last month?
Not a lot. I feel like we kind of had a mostly quiet January.
I think we needed a mostly quiet
January.
We
did. I mean, in our last video, we talked about how busy our holidays were. And then the snow came, which you saw in our last video, and we just kind of hibernated that week.
We did. We didn't go anywhere.
No.
Fortunately, we had just bought enough groceries for a couple weeks, so we didn't have to go out in it, which was nice. But it was quiet, and we recovered from all the visiting. And
we did. We just kind of introverted,
played games.
We played games. We had quiet time to ourselves.
Yeah.
It was needed.
It was. But we did do a few things in January.
We did. We had a few game days with friends.
Yeah, we had some game days with friends, which is always fun. And then we went antiquing with your parents.
Yeah, we went out. I think, it's fun to celebrate small things. And so we went and had a fun day with my parents.
Yeah.
And I came home with some snow friends.
Which I'm not surprised about. They fit right in with the rest of the collection.
Yes.
But one of the other exciting things we did, we actually had a Zoom call with the Stitching Owl,
Karen. Oh, our friend Karen.
Yes.
We love watching Karen's videos.
Karen is just such an amazing person. And just being able to sit down and stitch with her. Her and I both had a start along.
Yeah.
We started the Woodpecker pattern out of the Cross Stitch in the Forest book by Max Pigeon.
You'll see it in a little bit.
You'll see it in a little bit. But that was a lot of fun. We spent a couple hours.
It was great because we had met Karen at the Jingle Ball. She was one of our speed dating friends.
Yeah.
And Michael was like, I think we need more time.
We definitely need more time with Karen. She was a lot of fun.
So that was great.
Yeah, so that was really the highlights of what we did this month. We didn't do a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It was, just a normal work month for me. Semester started up again for where I work, and so that really wasn't too terribly exciting.
Yeah.
So that is our kind of a month in review.
Yeah.
Let's see. Usually, I guess we do fully finished objects, but I think you have one.
We just have one this time.
Oh, yes. By the way, we're moving into our cross stitch portion, so we just have one. I don't have any, but you do have one.
I do have one. This is the start, finish, fully finished.
Yes, that's the triple play.
The Sappho, as I called it last time.
The Sappho, yes.
Start and fully finished object. And this was my start that I started when we were hanging out with Karen.
Yeah.
Because Karen and Michael both started a pattern from this book, Cross Stitch in the Forest by Max Pigeon. So I thought, well, I knew that there was a pattern that I was wanting to start next in this book. So I thought, well, I'll start that. I used it as an opportunity to start that while they had their community start. So this is Mothly Crew. And
looks stunning.
Once I started, I had a hard time putting it down. That's Steve.
Yes, because I do need that for my pattern.
And here's my finish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the frame looks great.
I got this at a thrift store, I think last year.
I think it was last year, yeah.
And because I knew at some point, like either I could paint it or
you'd find the right project.
I would find the right project, and then this is the right project. I didn't have to paint it or anything.
Yeah.
So here's my finish. I stitched this on 22 count Black Aida by Zweigart, and I used all the called for threads, 1/1. And I just love how it turned out.
It's a beautiful pattern.
It is. And now I can enjoy this.
It reminds me of the one when we were camping with your family, and we had that nature lecture from the park rangers about
Oh,
moths.
yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So
Exciting.
a happy
Start, finish, and fully finish.
start, finish, fully finish object. The only one. Because I ran out of energy after I did this. I had plans of fully finishing things, but that was as far as my energy took me.
That's all right.
I guess I lied. I have a second fully finished object.
She does, and
which I thought of much later in filming, so we're inserting this somewhere.
Yep.
This is a Lego set. I got a Lego set for Christmas for Michael. It is Bird Nest, I think was the name of it.
Yes, birds. Bird herd.
And
It counts.
My cute little Lego.
Amity, this counts for bird herd, right?
I put this together this past week, I think, when I was watching a whip parade, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think you were.
Actually, I think I was watching Stephanie Ellison's Most Expensive Patterns.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cute. Yeah. There's birds and this little nest and some eggs and some tiny birds. And this bird kind of moves a little bit. Yeah. Their wings. So it's just a cute little set, and I had so much fun putting it together. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
So this is my other fully finished object.
So yeah, we do have some finishes, right?
We do. I have 2 finishes.
Well, I don't have any finally finished.
That's right.
I have some finished for now objects, which I'll share with the stars because they're really stars.
Okay.
But
yeah.
But you have some finishes.
Yeah. So the first one that I have, I'm going to insert a little video that I took 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right here.
Hey friends, I finished it. I finished the store model for Colour&Cotton. I stitched Let It Snow by Brenda Gervais. And here's my finish. Wow. Oh, it looks so good. I just love how this turned out. I stitched this with all of the called for colors, the threads, and I stitched it 1/2 on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And yeah, I love how this turned out. It's just so beautiful. It took me a long time to stitch because of those ghosty snowflakes around the cloche, but in the end, it just looks so beautiful in person. The only change that I made to this was the beads. Brenda on the model put some beads on there, and we couldn't find what she had listed on the back of the pattern. So I ended up looking through beads that we had already from previous projects, and I ended up using these Miyuki beads. I don't know if you can see the number on that, but these are white pearl. I thought the little shimmeriness would kind of help look a little bit like snow. Yeah, so this is my finish, and I love it.
All right, so that was the video you took.
Yes.
That was an exciting moment.
Oh, I'm so glad it's sent off to Angela and the Colour&Cotton team, and now they can fully finish it and put it in the store.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other finish that I had this month was Silver Bells by Jan Hicks Creates.
Yeah, it's a great pattern.
This is something that my mom and I did as a start along in honor of my grandma, her mom. We started on what would have been her birthday last year. And yeah, we started this because my grandma loved bells and Christmas. And actually, we both bought this separately. But we both bought it for the same intention.
Reason, yeah.
Because it just reminded us of her. And here is my finish. Oh,
it looks great on that.
It looks so good. I stitched this on a 36 count limited edition by Colour&Cotton, and I used all of the called for threads. Some overdyed, some DMC. And I stitched it 1/2. But I just love how it looks on this. It's like the white pops, but it's not outstanding.
It doesn't stand out from everything else.
I just love how it turned out. And I have a frame that I thought was going to work for this, that I was going to frame the same day I did the Mothly Crew, but it was just a little bit too tight. So I need like 1 inch up.
We'll find one.
Yeah, we will. But I love how this turned out. I was thinking about adding, everybody called my grandma Mac, so I was thinking about putting that on here somewhere, but
you haven't yet.
I might wait until I get the frame and then decide that. But really, this is finished, because it's likely that I won't.
It's been a busy day outside our window today.
Yeah. So this is my finish. I love how it looks.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have this. This will probably stay up year round in my craft room and then come out to the other part of the house at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other finishes?
That's it for my finishes.
It for your finishes.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we've got, I don't know where we do starts.
Now is when we do starts.
Now is when we do starts?
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
I only have one. Because I finished the other one that I started.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You started and finished.
Yeah.
Well, I have quite a few starts, so I guess I'll start.
All right.
I'll start on the starts.
Okay.
So this first one is I'm going to show is the Max Pigeon. Let me find it in this book. I don't remember exactly.
This was the one that you started when we were talking with Karen.
This is the one I started when I was talking with Karen called Woodpecker. But I don't remember exactly. I should have marked it. Is it there? There it is. So this is the one that I started. The Woodpecker. It's actually called Woodpecker at Work, but so that was when her and I both decided that we were. She found out I was going to start, and she's like, "We should."
I think you showed her in your plans, and she was like, "Oh, me too."
Me too. Yes. So he's like, "We should start this together."
Yeah.
So this one, I'm stitching it on. Let's see, make sure it's right side up. So this is what the start I have on it. So it's not a super big start, but it's decent enough. That's what I got in the 2 hours. I didn't actually pick it up after that because I had other projects I was working on for my I Spy challenges this month. So this was stitched on as an 18 count blue Aida. It didn't really have a name. It was bought at the Needleworks from Silver Needleworks.
No, this was from Romy's Creations.
Romy's Creations. But there was really no name. It was just an 18 count blue Aida.
Yeah, she had some specialty hand-dyed fabric that she was selling.
But I like the fabric. It looks really great for this. I think the Woodpecker's gonna look really great on that fabric. So and this one is also it's a part of the Flew with the Coop Sow.
Oh yeah.
Which is by Helen D. So I think that was probably one of the ones I was looking forward to really starting this month. This next one I started is called. Let's see. This is the. I don't have it. I don't think I have it on here. Oh, this is it here. The 12 months January by the Alforce Embroidery. So this is what I have. Make sure it's right side up. But as you can kind of see, it's actually darker in person than it's showing up on film.
We went back and forth on this.
I'm thinking I'm going to start it on a lighter fabric because I'm not sure it's going to show well enough to even read like from across the room.
Yeah.
Or
and you said you didn't like it. Didn't take. You're not that far into it.
I'm not that. This stitched pretty quickly. This frame, and it's like I wanted a purple, but this is a little darker than I was thinking. I was just using from stash.
We were just trying to use what we had.
Yeah. So this is an 18 count purple Aida. I don't think this one also had a name either, but. So that's the fabric it's on, but I think I'm going to switch over to this one here, which actually does have a name. This is by Needle Bling Designs. It's called Spellbound 18 count. It's got a little bit of a purple cast to it, but it's obviously a lot brighter. I think it'll show a lot better on this one.
We did a floss toss before Michael started, and
we thought maybe it'd be okay.
The whole skein on the fabric stood out, but since it's just using one strand, It doesn't stand out.
With one strand, it's not really standing out enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not standing out like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to start it over on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I can either frog that and use that for something else, or you could use it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
But that is one of the ones I was doing. That one it was actually went for one of my I Spies.
Okay.
So
yeah, you did. You played along.
I played along. Laura and Stitching by the Shore has this I Spy challenge. If you're new and you haven't heard of it, she has like these 10 prompts that basically you kind of find a project that fits them, or a project that fits several, which is what I did. But I really enjoyed it. I tried it out last November, or I think it was November.
Yeah, it was November.
And I really liked it. I mean, I didn't post something on the January one. I'm not good at posting online on social media. So
that's fine. You're having fun playing along though.
I'd have fun playing along.
Yeah.
So this one kind of fit a few of the prompts. So the prompts that this one fit were the animal with a coat, because it's got a horse on it. A designer who's new to me, which Alforce and Bordy is the first time stitching them. And then a stitch that would be a dream to finish this year, because this is a 12-month sale they're doing. It's a free sale if you're interested in joining. But I really liked the Alforce patterns I saw, and this was a free one. I was like, I'm going to try starting that one.
Yeah.
I have another one that I'm going to start when the fabric comes in, because I had to order fabric for the other one.
Okay.
But, so that was my second whip. Do you want to do your whip? And then I have two more.
Yeah, I can do my start.
Yeah, your start. I mean, your start, yeah.
My other start that I have is Bella by RETM.
Oh, yeah.
I started this in celebration of Allison from Cross Stitch the Globe's birthday. She's doing a princess birthday stitch along. And I said, I think I have everything for this now. Because she did the same stitch along last year, and I didn't have everything for this.
I know you were looking forward to that pattern.
Yeah, because I've had this for 3
years-ish.
4 years?
Something like that.
Maybe.
A long time.
Yes. So, I could not put this down. This is how far I got.
Yeah, she's zoomed.
In the month. I am stitching this on 28 count white opalescent by Zweigart. And I'm using the called for colors, except I made some changes in this block. I changed, the teapot was supposed to be this blue color, and then it was supposed to be red around the teapot, but I moved the blue to the border, and then I added a purple, which is a limited edition from Colour&Cotton. This was something that I got at the Colour&Cotton Stitch Day. They gave us a purple, a black, and a white, and this was the purple. But I just thought it kind of fit what I was going for. And then I also moved where the chip was. It had the chip like at the very edge, so you couldn't see that there was a chip, and I wanted it to be a little bit more visible, so I moved a chip to there. The only other change that I made is that I changed, this was supposed to be a golden color, the sparkles, and I changed it to silver just because I thought that looked better on this fabric. And then also this area is supposed to be all filled in with gray, and I decided I didn't really need it. Didn't want to do that. So all I have left on this is the princess.
Yeah, it'll be a finish next month.
I think so, because I think a lot of people are doing Fancy Lady February, so I think that will be my Fancy Lady.
There you go.
I had so much fun stitching on this, working on this. Stephanie and Allison have a video. Allison's favorite princess is Cinderella. So she's been working on Cinderella. Well, this year she's working on a Snow White pattern. But they have a video, which if you love Cinderella, they did a finish, whip, and like kits and plans that are all Cinderella. Yeah, I loved it. I watched it, and then they talked about the 1965 Leslie Ann Warren musical.
Yeah.
So I watched that one of the times that Michael wasn't here. And it was so good because I loved that. But this is where this is. And I'm excited to work on this, and I'll probably finish it.
I'm sure you'll finish it.
Yeah, so I'll have to find some other princess to do next year.
Are you going to frame it when you finish, or?
I'm not sure. To be decided at a later time.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my start.
That was your other start. Okay. I have 2 more starts to go over. This one isn't also for Max Pigeon. I think this one's towards the back, I think. But I could be wrong. This one is called Passing Time. It's got actually 4 motifs. So this is a start, but also a finish for now, essentially. Because I'm going to wait till closer to spring to actually do
You're going to kind of do each
one in season.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with winter because it is winter. This is the pattern here. So this is the one here that I did there. I think this was probably one of the other ones I was really. I guess I really like Max Pigeon a lot.
I mean,
what's not to like? I mean, his colors are just really great, and then just I've always loved nature.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the pattern here, and this one I am stitching on 22 count Black Aida. I don't know if this one had a name. I don't think it had a name.
No, it's just black.
It's just a black from Zweigart. So that is the black that I got there. This is a finish for now. This one was a lot of fun to stitch. It turned out really good on the Black Aida. If you don't do it on black, I mean, you could almost have to fill it in for it to really have the same effect. To fill in the tree and that. So something to keep in mind if you are going to stitch it on something that's not black. If you don't like black, it's not a problem. But I don't mind stitching on black. It's not really usually a problem for me. I don't usually stitch on 22 count. This was I think this one got.
It was marked as a 20 count.
I don't know if it's mismarked because it's definitely a 22 count, much smaller than I usually do. I usually do 20 or 18. So, but that one I like.
And you're stitching all of these on this so that it looks like a window.
Yes, it's going to look like a window.
Plan?
That's my plan. And then I'm just using the called fors. I'm stitching 1 over 1 on the side. So, but yeah, it's going to be like a window pattern. If I find the right frame, it'll look really nice. So, so that is one of my other starts and finish for now. This last one that is a start is called Mary Snoopy. I couldn't quite finish it.
This was sort of a start. Well, you had to start and finish last time.
I had to start and finish last time.
There's 4.
There's 4 of them. So this one is by Bucella. It's the Mary Snoopy. So this is the actual set. Oh, there he goes. So you can see there's 4 different ones. I've stitched this tree one last month. This top one is the one I did, which has felt more wintry and less Christmassy. But I didn't get the back stitching done. I got all the.
You're very close.
I got all the cross stitches in. So this is where I am on this one. It's looking really good. I like the way it looks, but you can see Snoopy's there, but he's not stitched in.
He'll be more defined.
He'll be more defined once I get the back stitching. But by the time I got done with this last night, I actually finished the stitching part of it. I was just too tired to. Yeah. Because there's some, what's it called? Turkey.
Yeah, Michael gets to learn turkey stitching.
Turkey stitching, which I have never done before. So that should be fun. But I was like, I'm too tired to actually try to learn something that late. So, and like you said, we were talking about last night, I might actually hold off on the turkey stitching until the other 2 are done. And then do it, because that's going to kind of stick out. That, so. But this is just on I think it's a 14 count Aida that was in the set. I'm just using the kit floss, which I think is just DMC. Though it might be a little bit aged in color because it's a pretty old kit. So the fabric is actually really soft from it. I don't know if that's from age. And I remember I mentioned the last month, but the other side is a little bit pink. So I had to stitch it on the other one side because it was next to that red fabric.
For a long time.
Felt for a long time. It's got everything else in the kit, but I'm looking forward to finishing. Yeah. You're actually what?
Go ahead.
No. I'm looking forward to actually fully finishing them when they're done myself. So but you're actually what?
No, I was just going to say we actually watched last night a new Flosstuber, Megan, over at Books and the Moon.
Oh, yeah, Books and the Moon.
And she showed that she had this kit and saw Michael working on it and was inspired to start it too.
Yeah. So that was kind of exciting to see the kit that I was working that inspired somebody else. So, but that was my last actual start this month. It was almost a finish, but not quite. I just ran out of energy.
Yeah, it was late.
It was.
I was still stitching. I stitched till 2.
It wasn't late for you. It was late for me.
Yeah.
I was like almost. It was like 9:30ish, almost 10.
Yeah,
That's late for me. She's up till 1, 2, sometimes just stitching or whatever. And I'm not a late night person. That's it for starts. I guess we have works in progress is next.
Yeah.
Which I do have some works in progress. So how many do you have?
I have 4.
You have 4? I think I probably have 2, 3. Looks like I have 3.
Okay.
So do you want to start and then we'll alternate, or do you want?
Yeah, I can start.
Okay.
So the first 2 things I'm going to show you are things that I worked on because they're on my Whipco board.
Whipco board, yes.
Yeah, I'm doing Whipco for the first time this year, and I'm calling mine Whip Snow because everything on here is Snow Friend.
I'm not surprised.
Yes. So the two that were called for January were Snowman, Sentinel Welcome, and Paisley. So I worked on both of those. So I'll show you one of those now. I'll talk about the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Snowman, Sentinel Welcome was the first one that I worked on.
Yeah. I like this one.
I started this New Year's Day 2023. So this is my oldest snow friend that I have going. Yeah. I think it's also the largest one I have going.
It's a pretty big pattern.
And this is what it looks like now. So this month I focused on the scarf, bringing the scarf all the way down to where the sort of fun checkerboard part is. And this, my WIPCO goal is to spend 2 nights on each of these projects, and I ended up spending 4 on this one because I was really enjoying it. The scarf only uses 4 colors, so it was nice. I wasn't having to do a lot of color changing, or it's a lot of block stitching. So it was really nice and I enjoyed it. And I'm glad that I have all of that scarf done. So next time I pick this up, I can choose another area to work on. Yay!
All right. Let's see. Which one do I want to show first? I'll start with this one here. So this one is my Festive Frosted Pumpkin Cottage. I know Andrew was going to be doing this next month. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see how it's progress.
Yeah, you and Andrew started at the same time.
We will start at the same time.
And for Laura's pumpkin birthday sale.
Laura's pumpkin birthday, which is I'm also using for my birthday sale because I had a birthday in October as well. But this is where I am on this one. I actually got pretty far. I have 2 pages finished. So it's actually looking really good. The only thing I didn't stitch on here was the pumpkin snowman, which you did. Yeah. But it's looking really good. I'm really enjoying this project a lot. I think this one will probably be a finish before I put it away. So stitching this one. This is by the Witchy Stitcher, if you're not familiar. This is on 20 count. What is this one called?
Desert Night.
Desert Night by
Atomic Ranch.
By Atomic Ranch. I don't know why I didn't have that on there. Which we got at the Needlework Gallery, right? I think.
Yeah, Atomic Ranch was there. They had so many beautiful fabrics.
They have so many beautiful fabrics.
And you picked this one.
I picked this one. I really enjoyed the fabric. This is probably one of my favorite companies so far. I really like their fabrics. But I'm stitching this with a DMC that's called for 1/1. This one was also for my I Spy. So the few of the prompts that this one fits is the something related to winter, because of course it's very much related to winter.
Just let us know.
It also fits the let's see. A project I intend to finish this year, and I also I thought I counted for the letter J because of the jack-o'-lanterns. So it fit 3 of my prompts. So I did 3 separate nights as were my requirements. So each goal I set a separate number of nights basically, because I don't keep count of my stitch count because I stitch from paper patterns. So that was easier just to say I'm going to stitch this many number of nights on the project. But that one has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it a lot. I probably will stitch some other ones by the Witchy Stitcher at some point because I like her pattern a lot.
Yeah.
So that was one of my whips.
My other whip go call was Paisley by Stacey Nash. I started this in December of 2023 as one of my 12 Days of Snow Friends starts.
Oh yeah, this one you were hesitating because you were changing the color of.
Yes, I figured out the color, but this is how far I got in 2 nights, which this is on my board another time, and I'm going to ignore it. When it's called, I'm going to work on a different one because this is exactly where I wanted to get it to, so that this can be a travel piece.
Oh.
Or a Zoom piece or a Stitchy Day piece.
For Phil.
Yeah, so I did all of the little flowers on Paisley's dress and the trim and her little hands and feet. And then I, as Michael mentioned, I was debating what color I wanted to use for the dress because it was a red, a really dark red. And
yeah, you're not really a red person.
You know how I feel about red.
Yes.
So I changed to Teal Frost. Oops. It would help if I didn't cover the name of it.
That works,
yeah. So I just did the bottom leg of the X for that, so that when I do the top leg, I can just stitch.
You just fill in and not think about it.
Yeah, so this would be great travel, Zoom, anytime I just need fill in.
I like the pattern. It's
yeah.
cute.
I love that I got to this place on this. Yeah, I'm excited that that happened in January. So now I'll have this ready for the year. Yeah. So those were my go.
Your whip goes.
My whip snow.
Your whip snows. So this other one that I'm doing is called Lighthouse, and this is also one I used for Back by. This is Lighthouse by White Raven Patterns. This one I'm just doing on 20 count white Zweigart. I'm doing it 1/1, use the call for DMCs, and this is my Something Blue I Spy.
It's very blue.
It's about as blue as it gets. But this one was started over the summer at our Alaskan cruise. And I reached my goal, which my goal for this particular I Spy was to finish the second page, which
you were very close last time when we showed it.
So this is 2 out of 4 pages, so it's I'm a little over halfway because I went a little past. But it makes it easier because this one didn't have grayed out sections, so I had to kind of make sure
there's no overlap on the pattern.
There's no overlap in the pattern, so I had to make sure I knew where I was on the next pages. So I did a little bit more than.
That's probably a good idea for future you.
Definitely a good idea for future me, so I don't have to try to fumble and figure out where everything goes.
Yeah,
but I'm really enjoying this pattern. It's a pretty pattern, and I enjoyed seeing the lighthouses we saw in Alaska, which is what inspired me to do a lighthouse one. But that is my second whip, second whip. So you have one more?
I've got 2 more.
2 more. Okay.
My next one is that I pulled out the Frosty Tiny Town and Frill. This was one of my 12 Days of Snow Friends starts in 2024. I'm doing it so that this is over here. I'm doing it all in one piece. So I started with the frill and I finished the frill. And this is how it looks.
It's cute.
I know.
I love it on the opalescent.
Yes, I'm stitching this on 18 count opalescent Cardiff by Live and Die LA. And yeah, I just thought it was going to be kind of snowy and magical to have the sparkles. And that is exactly how it is looking.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm using the suggested DMC threads. And yeah, I love how it's looking on here. So now next time I pull this out, I can start on the rest of the town.
Very cool. So I have one more whip.
Okay.
This is a big project. This was my National Parks project that was inspired by the Dutch stitcher, Anna. And so this one is, I'm stitching it on, where was it? It's up here. I'm stitching this one on 20 count, I just wrote down 20 count fabric. I don't even know what the...
Okay.
I don't think it actually, it was that same place. I don't think it actually had
Oh, we got it from the Silver Needle.
We got it from the Silver Needle.
And it was not marked.
It wasn't marked. So
yeah.
it's like a light gray blue.
Yeah.
So, but I got 2 of the parks done on this one. I did our Acadia and the American Samoa, which both turned out really nice. They look great on here. And as I mentioned, I think the last video, but I'm modifying where they're placed in the pattern a little bit because I'm gonna use this as a way of tracking which parks we visited. So I'm gonna do once we finish the visit, I'm gonna do like a green box around. Which I haven't picked the green out for that yet. But then below, I'm gonna put the date that we visited, with the year and possibly the month if we can figure out the month. But this one was a lot of fun to stitch. I've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to. There's 61 more parks to stitch, so it's a long-term project. This is a huge piece of fabric, which makes it a little bit more challenging to stitch with in hand because I have the one side all rolled up. It's gonna be tricky, but this one was also for the I Spy. I did the Something Regal, which nature feels regal to me, so especially at these parks. So I think that counts. Laura can correct me if I'm wrong, but so this one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. I think I had the park start, at least one of the parks.
You had started Acadia.
I started Acadia last time, but I hadn't finished it.
So you started it over Christmas.
I started over Christmas, so I had to start it. I don't think I finished it.
I don't remember.
I don't think I had. If I did, you guys can let me know. But I don't think I had finished it. I should have took pictures. I used to take pictures, and then I stopped doing that. I'll try to start that this month. again. But those were all my whips. I really enjoyed that. Just stitching that 1/1 with the haul force. I think I said that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those were all my whips and all of my projects for this month.
Okay, I have one more whip that I have. When I was working on the Max Pigeon moths, it made me think of another very large moth project that I have. I started this January 1st, 2024. Is my New Year's Day start last year. And I've been working on this all week since I finished the other moths. I spent 3 nights on this and I don't want to stop.
It's a fun pattern.
Yeah, I'm stitching this on 32 count bronze by Colour&Cotton, and I did a Colour&Cotton thread conversion. I just stood on the wall and picked out colors that I thought were close. I need to repick a yellow. I think in our whip parade I mentioned there used to be a bird here, and I ripped that out because the color yellow that I chose was too close to my fabric color. So I ripped that bird out, and then I did this motif and these little tiny ones, and then these ones, and these over here, and I came down here, and then I started on the moth's body and this flower down here.
She did a lot of stitching.
I've had a very productive 3 evenings on this, and I'll continue to work on it.
Yeah, you'll keep
Last night I was like, am I done? I don't know. But I love how it's looking on this fabric. It is blowing it out and making it more blue. It is a very dark golden color. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
That's
better.
the color that it is. This is going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't mean it.
You can do that if you need to.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people showed this in their whip parades, and I was like, yes. And I showed it in our whip parade.
And now it's much further along.
I'm working on it.
All right.
It's getting some love.
I think that's all of
It's bringing me joy. It was bringing me so much joy to work on that the last couple nights.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Because we stitched together on the couch in the evenings.
Yeah.
Side by side.
Yeah.
So.
And like I said, last night I was up till 2.
Yeah.
Because I was just
I was
too much
asleep
fun stitching.
long before
Finally, I was like, I have to put this down because I will not go to bed. And that will be bad for everyone.
That would not have been good.
Yeah.
We would not have been filming today if you had.
No.
So let's see. So we had some stitching kindness, right?
Yeah, we didn't have any physical stitching kindness, but we did have, I think, a couple of shout outs. Karen mentioned us. She mentioned that we're going to be Zooming and that she was doing the Start with Michael.
She did.
And then I had told you that Megan Books in the Moon mentioned us with the Snoopy pattern.
The Snoopy pattern and something.
She mentioned me that I'm doing the Stitch for Pride stitch along.
Yeah.
But not stitching, but doing the learning. She also said some important things at the end of her video, both of her videos. She doesn't have many subscribers, so let's fix that.
Yeah, let's see if we can fix that. But she's got some really great projects.
And she always leaves the nicest comments on our videos.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Megan.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate it. So
we also, Nithya from Daybreak Stitchery tagged us in a video and said some nice things about us. I love Nithya's videos.
Yeah.
She's got amazing projects. She's big into craftivism, if that's something that you love. Yeah, I love you, Nithya. She also leaves the nicest comments on our videos.
She does.
It's a team. People who love us, we love them.
Yes.
This is a good community.
It's a great community.
And it's so good that we're all here to lift one another up.
Yeah.
Carry one another through.
Yeah, speaking of lifting people up, I have a couple shout outs that I wanted to do as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been watching whip parades.
There's been a lot of fun whip parades.
For the last few weeks. I love it. I'm loving the whip parades. I'm loving the finished parades.
Yeah, it's been great. It's a great time
I will
of year.
continue watching them until I run out, which maybe never.
There's a lot of whip parades out there.
Yeah. When Michael works, I just put on whip parades in the background.
So, but a couple of people I wanted to mention. I think I've mentioned one of these people before, but she did a really interesting video that I saw. But it's Kensington Creates, which was Kensington Cross Stitch before.
Yeah, she just changed her channel name.
She just changed her channel name, which she talked a lot about in her last video about that.
Yeah, we love Deborah's videos.
I love her. I love Deborah's videos. And
she's got a great variety. She also has very creative finishes.
She has very creative finishes, and she does add some other creative stuff as well in her videos, which is why she's changing the name of her, because she wants it to reflect more really what she's doing in the videos. She's feeling pulled more towards some of her quilting and crocheting, and she wanted to reflect that, which I really appreciate, and kind of she's just a fun person to watch. I love seeing her Legos when she has her Legos on there, because I also do Legos. So she was somebody I wanted to mention, especially since she kind of changed her channel name. I thought I wanted to get that out there too for people in case they're looking for her.
Yeah.
And the other person she's a newer Flosstuber that I've been watching for a little while, and I really enjoyed every one of her videos. So I wanted to mention Abby. It's just her channel is just called Abby. Her name is Abby as well, obviously. But I really have enjoyed a lot of her projects. She's
working on a lot of different things.
She's got a lot of interesting things. She's got some literary projects, which I really appreciate, like Alice in Wonderland Tree, which I know some other people are doing. She's also had the a Bronte pattern. I forget which one that is called. It's by, I don't know if that one's by the Tiny Monsters or not, but and the Goose and the Fox, which is by Al Forrest, which I also of course like Al Forrest embroidery. And she's also a video game player, which of course I'm a video game player. So there's a lot of things that we share in common. I really like her. I like her projects. One of the projects she talked about in one of the videos, she might be UFOing it, but it's such a beautiful old pattern. It was like that Christmas tree with the ornaments, if you remember that. It was a couple videos ago, but I really enjoyed it.
That's why I can't remember. I've seen so many whip parades. I'm like, who showed this?
It's a beautiful pattern. I mean, I almost would want to stitch that, but it's a pretty big, and there's a lot of confetti, so I'm not sure. But I really like the actual pattern and stuff is beautiful. So I just wanted to give her a shout out, because I knew her Flosstuber, and I really I've been enjoying her channel a lot. So just a couple people I thought I would mention. Yeah. But I think that's it for what I had first. Do you have any shout outs or no?
No. If you've made a whip parade,
she's watched a lot of whip parades. She's watched many whip parades.
Thank you for keeping me company this month.
There's some beautiful whip parades.
Oh my gosh, there's so many stunning projects. Yesterday I watched Marjorie Made.
Yeah,
it's so good. Her stitching is so good.
Yeah. So I guess Plans is next.
Plans is next.
Well,
purchases.
Oh yeah, purchases. I only had a few incidental purchases of like some floss. So I don't think it's probably.
You put it in order to Live and Die LA?
I did put it in order, but it's not really here yet. Yeah. It'll probably be mid-end of February before it gets here earliest. But one of those is for I purchased from the projects I talked about that I'll show next time.
And then the only thing I purchased is the Winter 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine. I got all 4 of the 2024 ones so that I can do the Carolyn Manning. I forgot about this when I was talking about my plans when we did our plans video, but I'm going to be doing Manning May and stitching the piece that's kind of spread out through these 4 books. I also really like these hearts that are on the cover, so I might stitch those. We don't have any
Valentine's Day stuff.
I kind of put out the Snow Friends after Christmas, and they stay up till my birthday in March.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, but I might throw some hearts in there. So, yeah, but there's some good projects in here. I was glad that they still had it, because I think the spring one's probably coming out soon. So
yeah, I'm glad you were able to get it.
I got that in time.
You did.
That was my only purchase.
That was I had no like I said, only just a few flosses, and then the Live and Die LA fabric I'll show when it actually gets here, but it's not. I don't consider it a haul yet.
Yeah.
But some plans for over the next month. I mean, some of the plans I have are probably coincide with the I Spy, which I don't know if it's been released yet.
Maybe today.
Maybe today.
Yeah.
I'll have to check to see if it's been released.
We watched Laura's video last night, and I think she said it might be posted on Facebook.
She might be posted on Facebook, so I'll have to check it out.
And she'll post it in their community tab on YouTube sometime this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm going to check that out to see what projects kind of correspond. That might dictate a little bit of some projects I may end up pulling out depending on what the prompts are. But I know I'm going to probably restart the 12-month Al Forrest embroidery.
On that lighter fabric.
On the lighter fabrics. I think it'll look a lot nicer. I'm going to keep working on my my festive frosted pumpkin cottage from the Witchy Stitcher, because I'm probably going to stitch them at least through the end of the winter, which will be quite a ways still. So I'll probably get that finished.
Yeah.
Over the next month and a half or two. And then let's see, what else did I have on my plans here? I'm probably going to try to finish another page in the lighthouse before winter's over.
Okay.
We'll see if that happens.
Yeah.
I did not make it over to Colour&Cotton to do because I want to do a conversion of the camping lantern by Erin Elizabeth Designs because I want to stitch it on a dark fabric, like a black or a dark fabric, and the way it's charted, it just won't look, it won't work. So I'll have to do a conversion. I'm going to convert it to Colour&Cotton, but we haven't made it up there to do that. The dangerous part about going up there is that I'll end up with other patterns. But and then I know I might work a little bit on charting out the Adventure in Middle Earth style that I was a part of to see where how I can lay those things out. But a couple other projects I did not work on this month that I do want to work on. I want to start the Bigfoot from the Lola Crow 6 Ornaments collection. That's the next ornament for there I want to work on. And the Love is NES ornaments that I was working on, I'm going to do a few more of those probably. Okay. So those are some of my plans. I mean, actually, I probably will do another national park because I really enjoyed that one. That one I can't pass up. But I think that's about it. Okay. As far as things I know, I am allowing myself, and I think I have one more start that I didn't have planned that I'm allowing in there. So there could be another one. We'll see. I never know what I was monogamous for so long, and now I have so many projects.
You follow your heart every day.
I just follow my heart every day. That's what guides what I stitch. So
every hour, even sometimes I'll
stitch multiple things within the same hour, just if I feel like it. Oh, I've put a few stitches. I'll do something else now. I think I've stitched 3 or 4 patterns in an evening. So that's my plans. How about you?
Well, I'll continue working on White Winter Moth until it doesn't bring me joy.
That's not likely anytime soon.
Yeah. I'll also probably finish Bella.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you'll finish that one.
Also, the Whip Snow, the 2 calls for February are number 7 and number 8. So I pulled those out so I can work on those this month. As I said earlier, my goal is to spend 2 nights on each of these. One is Hello Winter by Crochet to Go-Go. This was one of my Snow Friend starts in 2024. And this is how far I am on that. So this may be a finish in 2 nights.
It's getting close.
It's possible. 2 or 3 nights. This will be done.
Yeah.
So that might be a finish. And the other one that was called for me is I Smell Snow by Pansy Patch. This was my Christmas start, 2024. And this is how far I am on that. So I'm debating if I want to... I think I want to try to finish all the doodads that are in the border. I need more of these white snowflakes in the border. And then I'm going to come down over here and start on this house because I know that's going to be the densest.
Yeah, that's going to be the last
part that'll take me the longest on this pattern. So I think if I can at least get started, maybe the flowers and some of the roof are part of the roof. I don't know. However long this brings me joy, I will work on it. But definitely 2 nights I'll spend on it. So that is those plans. The only other plan I have is the Stitch for Pride. So I did the learning for January on Elagabalus, which I enjoyed.
That's great.
Yeah, it was great. I spent a whole day just kind of gradually listening and reflecting on it. I think my takeaway was they did a lot in Elagabalus this time to try to erase her. And, it was one of those situations where she was emperor, and after she died, they melted her coins and carved her name out of statues and tried to erase her. So I think the reflection for me is to make sure that doesn't happen to people today. Yeah. I saw Dee sent the email this morning with the February figure, who is a pharaoh. So I'm interested to read and learn and grow through that. Stitch for Bride 2025 is off to a great start.
Yes. I know you're enjoying that one a lot.
Yeah. As I said, I'm not planning on stitching the patterns unless they really
speak to you.
Yeah. It may be a situation where I might stitch them next year and reflect on these figures. And that's something I'm toying with in my head, but I'm not sure. For now, I'm just enjoying doing the
she'll decide
learning
when
and
she gets there.
reflecting. Yeah.
You'll decide when you get there. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's an important thing, and I'm so glad that Dee puts so much energy and effort. And I know that he's an educator by trade, but it's just such a gift that he does that for this community, for all of us to learn together.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have as many concrete plans as I do.
That's all of my concrete plans. Anything else that happens will just be because my heart leads me in some direction.
That's kind of what happens. I'm doing better of not having as many concrete plans that I don't think I will do, because I know last year I had so many concrete plans that they all just kind of like evaporated.
Yeah.
Because I had other things I wanted to stitch. So I tried to be better about flexibility.
Yeah. The only other like semi-plan that I have is that I want to start kitting up my birthday start this month, because my birthday's at the beginning of March. So I want to have it ready to go before we film our next video at the beginning of March, that first weekend.
Well, yeah.
So this is going to be my birthday start in Nature by Blueberry Ridge Designs. And I have maybe a quarter of the colors. So I need to decide if I want to get the fancy floss or use the suggested DMC. And I also need to pick out a fabric. Once I figure out the floss, I'll do a floss toss, see what I have fabric-wise, and pick that up. So that's something I'll do either gradually throughout this month, or the last week of the month I'll be rushing to pull that together. That's my last plan.
That is your last plan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of plans, I know Laura was talking about using different things to help track your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I thought I would mention what the software I've started using to organize my notes and to kind of track my I Spy stuff, because I know she does a lot of hers with more of like a paper journal, because that's more, she likes to decorate and stuff. But if you're more into digital, I know I started using this note taking app called Joplin, which is completely free. I have it syncing between both of my computers. That didn't take a whole lot of doing, but you have to be a little bit more tech savvy. But it's pretty easy to actually use the app. It allows for tagging. You can create checklists, which is what I use it for the I Spy. And it's pretty easy to do. So if you're looking for some for software, I know some people other use like notations and stuff, but this one's a little bit simpler. And it's really just for note taking. It doesn't have a calendar feature that I've noticed. It probably has an add-in, but I use it for like I said, for the I Spy and for permanent note taking. And
this was something you kind of set up before our whip parade.
I set up before the whip parade, and I use it to track the whip parade and my year plan I put on there initially, and the I Spy, which, like I said, I use the checkbox one, so I can just check them off on there real easily as I'm getting them done, which I really liked a lot. It is mobile friendly as well as computers if you want to use it on your phone as well. So just thought I would mention that app if you're looking for something to kind of track your stuff it doesn't have a subscription or doesn't cost anything. So that's something I thought I'd mention, because Laura had me thinking about that. I was like, well, I can tell somebody about that if they are interested in something like that. So. But I think that's it for plans and planning. Didn't do any sewing, did you? No. I'm sure you will at some point, but you've been too busy with other stuff.
Yeah.
So
my goal for this year, well, I was going to try to focus this year on fully finishing things. So I want to pull out the drawer of potential and look through my things. And it's kind of, I don't know, determine like what I can do short term, what is long term, like what do I want to do soft finishes on, what do I want to do
hard finishes,
get frames for.
But I know you also have some stuff you need to finish that you were going to do for your parents, right?
Yes, I also have a drawer of potential for my parents with some of their projects that need to be framed.
Which we've been trying to find frames at the like antiquing stores and stuff, and it's been hit or miss.
So I'm debating whatever day I do that, filming it. I don't know if you'd be interested in seeing what's in our finished drawer. If you are,
let us know down below. And
I might do that sometime this month. I just want to kind of, since it's still early in the year, kind of set myself up for my plans for finishing.
Yeah, I know you wanted to get some finishing done this year.
I would like to. The drawer's getting full.
It needs to be unfull. I could probably learn to do some finishing on my own stuff, so it makes it easier on you.
Well, it's not. I don't know. Like I enjoy doing it, but I just
There's just a lot.
I think the pile has gotten so large that I'm
It's
at a point where
overwhelming.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yes.
And so I don't know where to start. But I think if I kind of
organize
it,
so you know what
categorize it, it'll make it easier so that if I have a day where I feel like doing pillow finishes, I can grab that and start working on it.
It's a good idea.
Or if I have more energy and feel like framing, I can tackle that pile. I think that'll work better.
That seems like a good plan.
Yeah.
If you need anything and help with that for me, I can do whatever. I mean,
yeah. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. If not, I'll just do it on my own.
That's right. So this is usually the part where we begin work towards transitioning to our board gaming. So if you're not here for the board game section, thank you for being with us this time, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy the month of February, doing the things you love with the people you love. And hopefully we'll see you again next month. If you're new, do please subscribe and like us if you like the video. And and if you're returning subscriber, thank you, and hopefully we'll get to see you next month as well.
Yeah. We'll be back at the beginning of March.
Yeah, beginning of March.
Until
we do once a month. Till then,
take care of yourselves.
And we will be back for those of you who are staying with us in just a moment.
Yeah. We love you.
Love you. All right, we are back and set up for our board game section. So usually Melanie has this app she tracks all of our board game stats with us. So she usually tells a little bit about what we played over the last month. So what have we played over the last month?
We played a lot, but not as much as the last couple months because I think we were home by ourselves.
Yeah.
But I will put the image on the screen of the covers of all of the games that we played over the month of January. And just mention those games and who we played them with. So as we said at the very beginning of the video, we did have 2 game days with our friends this month.
We did. And
over those days, we played 1 game each of Wormspan, Trekking the National Parks, Sagrada, Honey Buzz, Flip 7, Castles of Mad King Ludwig, Beard Wizards, Archie Bunker's card game. We played 2 games each of Sushi Go Party, Planet Unknown, Dumb Ways to Die, and Dice Miner, and we played 4 games of The Loop.
Yes.
With my dad, we played 1 game of Terraforming Mars, and then Michael and I, on our own, played 1 game each of Number Drop and Earth. We played 2 games of Keystone North America, 3 of Trailblazers, 4 of The Isle of Cats, 5 of Clever Cubed, 6 of Wingspan, and 7 of Castles of Burgundy. Special edition,
which I surprised you with.
Yeah. So the games, usually we only talk about games that we played more than 4 times. 3 of those games are games that we've mentioned in previous videos. So the Wingspan we talked about in greater detail in video number 5. Clever Cubed we talk about in video number 17. And I Love Cats we talked about in video number 9. So those are games that we won't rediscuss, but we did enjoy playing them.
We did enjoy playing a lot. I mean, Wingspan was usually our most played game.
Yeah, I think we needed comfort gaming.
We did.
At a certain point toward the end of the month.
And it is a comfort game.
Yes.
So. But the ones we are going to talk about are The Loop and Castle of Burgundy Special Edition. So this is right side up. Yes, Loop. This is The Loop with Dr. Foe. And so this one is a cooperative game.
Yes, we play this a lot on our game days with friends, and I think the reason that we get to talk about it this time is because we had 2 game days with our friends, and we played it 2 times at each of the game days.
Yes.
Also, I received an expansion for this for Christmas, so that is also part of why we've given it a little bit of extra table time lately.
But it's a game we do love, and our friends love it. So.
Our friends, yes. Our one friend does not enjoy cooperative games as much, but this is a game that he likes. He has fun playing it.
Yes. So it ended up coming out 4 times.
Yeah. So this is a game in which we are time agents.
Temporal agents. And you're trying to prevent Dr. Foe
from destroying the time
by creating too many rifts in time with all the shenanigans.
Yes.
So he
made clones. We got to stop the clones.
Yes.
He is causing all kinds of chaos.
He's causing all kinds of chaos, and so you're moving about the board trying to eliminate his clones.
Right, and by moving out the board, we mean moving through time.
Moving through time. So each section of the board is a different time period, and he's creating rifts, which are represented by these red cubes. And so if too many of those accumulate, it basically creates a rift in that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also bad. So
Mm-hmm.
there's multiple ways you can lose, but only one way you can win, as with most of the cooperative
Yes.
games. So you can lose if you need to destroy 4 of the time periods with rifts, and or you lose if you run out of turns.
Mm-hmm.
Are 2 ways to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You can win by completing a series of missions. Each time period has its own mission, and you need to complete 4 of them in order to win. So yeah, we wanted actually quite a few times with our friends.
We actually, so the base game has 4 scenarios that you can play through.
4 scenarios.
We've won all of those on easy mode with our friends. So now we're kind of going back through and playing it on medium mode.
Which we've won at least a couple of them on medium mode.
I think we won 2 and lost 2.
Yes, but we beat 2 of the scenarios.
We did.
We beat the base scenario you start with, and then the one up from that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun. The expansion doesn't add a ton.
It just adds 2 other characters. That
2 characters you can play. So it's been a lot. It's a lot of fun to play, and
it's really like it's zany, and the things are funny. You know, like you're attacking these clones with the Holy Grail and like rainbow
there's like
underpants.
a bat of doom, and you know it's meant to be funny and be humorous, but it also encourages you, especially to talk to each other and work together to figure things out.
You can't win this game if you don't.
If you're looking for a game that really teaches you about cooperation and working together and communication, it's really great for that. Because if you don't communicate and talk to each other and figure things out of what is best for each person,
it's not going to go well.
It's not going to go well because each character you can play has a different skill as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to use those skills effectively in order to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It plays 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, I think it depends on how deeply you go into debating turns.
That's true.
Yeah. And also I feel like the more challenging missions have taken us a little bit longer because we're thinking through them a little bit more.
I mean, the base scenario, it's pretty easy to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I don't know what it's. I mean, I don't know about the humor level, but it's
I mean, the rule book is filled with humor. It's one of those cases where I feel like the rule book is longer than it needs to be because of the humor that they've added.
That's fair.
But it's fun.
But I can appreciate the humor they put into it. So it's a lot of fun. I would definitely highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So there is that game. This other game has a huge box, as you can see. It's just a ginormous box. Castles of Burgundy Special Edition.
Pretty deep.
So we had the base version of the regular version of the game, and she didn't.
Oh, like a long time ago. I think I brought it into our marriage.
You did bring it into our marriage.
Yeah.
Because I had never.
No, maybe we got it.
I think we got it after.
Yeah.
After the fire.
Yeah. No, but I think we had it. We had it before the fire.
We had it before the fire, but I think we also had it after the fire.
Yes.
And I mean, I like the game. I don't think she realized I liked it as much as I do.
I always thought that I liked it way more than you did, and that you just tolerated playing it with me because you let me.
So they had a Kickstarter campaign on it, and she had seen it, and she was like, "Well, I'm not going to get that."
Because we already have the regular game.
The next thing she knows, up on our porch, this huge box that said "Surprise!"
Oh my gosh!
We got the special edition.
Yes.
Which has a new scenario, which has a vineyard.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, we probably won't talk about all the expansions because, but
it has all the expansions. It has like upgraded components. It is really an enjoyable experience to play with it.
Yes.
As a game that we've played a lot of times, it's nice to have the extra fancy doodads.
I thought she deserved it, and I liked it a lot. So
I guess I underestimated his like of it.
I surprised her with it. So so we've been playing that a lot, partly because it's the special edition, but also she realized I actually like it more than she thought. So
yes.
So how would you describe the gameplay?
You are in charge of a duchy.
A duchy, yeah.
Like a little realm that you're creating?
Kind of create. I guess
I don't know. You have a map, and you're trying to place buildings on the map to make it come to life, I guess.
It's basically like you're investing in the lands in that area, because each of them has requirements of what kinds of things can be played on each.
I guess that's true. Like your land has potential, and you're trying to develop.
You're trying to develop your land essentially. So there's like castles, and there's animal like farm areas, and then there's
buildings.
There's buildings, and then
there's monasteries.
There's monasteries, mines. So and there's shipping areas that allow you to get goods that sell you to make money, so you can invest more into your dungeon.
And your shipping influence determines the player order.
Yeah.
The turn order, but everything is dice based. So at the start of each round, everyone rolls dice, and then your turn is going to be determined by those dice.
Yeah.
The options of things that you can do. You're basically either taking something from the center board.
Because there's 6 depots? Six areas that you can get
from. One for each set of the dice.
One for each set of the dice, 6 areas. And so each one corresponds with a different number on the die. And so, right? So you use your dice.
Right. So you can take from the depot that matches that number on the board.
And it'll have like two tiles. Unless somebody's
in a two-player game.
In a two-player game. Well, yeah. We're so used to playing two-player, I have to...
I know. Part of the reason why we played it several times this month is that our friends mentioned that they want to learn it. And we're like, how do we teach? Like, I would describe this as a heavier game.
It's a heavier, crunchy game.
Yeah, like a heavier Euro game.
Yes, there's a lot of moving components in the game.
There are. So we're trying to figure out how to explain it to our friends so that they'll enjoy it.
So this is helping us.
So that they'll want to play it with us because we like it so much.
Yes. So as you're saying, the basic turns.
Anyway, on your turn, you have 2 dice to use. One, you can take a tile from the center. You can put the tile onto your board. So each space on your board also has a number. So you can take a tile that you have and put it on your board. You can sell goods, which will give you money.
It gives you money and points. Yeah.
And you can get more workers, which will help manipulate the dice so that you can
get the numbers you need.
Make the numbers that you need.
Yes, and so each round is 5 turns essentially, because there'll be 5 goods. The one goes out each turn, and then everybody takes their turns, and then you go to the next one. So. And then there's 5 of those rounds before the end of the game. The game ends at the same time for every player. So after the 5 rounds, the game's over, and you compute points. Points are like points scored throughout the game is where you start. And then some of the tiles will have points for it awarded at the end of the game.
Some give endgame points, and then you also get points for some leftover resources.
Leftover silvers, leftover two workers is a point, and then some of the expansions they add some point options as well. So
so this month we were playing with the Vineyard expansion, which is new to us. I'm not sure if it was something that they had separately in the past, but we've been enjoying playing with it. It adds a whole nother board where you can place
vineyards tiles, which are 2 hexagons. The other ones are only 1 typically, but it adds a different. It makes you choose between getting a vineyard tile or getting the vintage tile with your dice. So
that's been interesting to try out and play with.
Yeah. We really like the game a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. As I said, it's on the heavier side, but
yes, it's definitely on the heavier side. But if you're into heavier games or want to get into heavier games, it might be a fun one to start with. And I would just start with the base game rather than all the expansions right away, because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it is. We played it enough times that we kind of know the flow of it and can recognize what buildings do certain things.
Yeah, there's a lot of different buildings that do different things, and they do have a really nice chart that on the
there are player aids.
The player aids that tells you what the buildings do, what the point scoring ones at the end will give you, and so that does help, but there's still a lot to take in.
Yeah. But it's a good game, and we enjoyed playing it this month.
Yes, we played it 7 times.
7 times.
So more than Wingspan.
I know, 1 more than Wingspan.
But still, it still beat out Wingspan somehow. I don't know. But that was all of the games we played that we're going to talk about in this particular video. But it was a lot of fun playing games this month and enjoying this new game and some of the new expansions for that. I don't know what we'll play this next month. We do have a game day coming up this month.
Yeah, I think in the middle of the month.
In the middle of the month. So celebrating her birthday and playing some games. Our friend's birthday. So, and I think that's about it for us. That's about it. But if you stayed with us this long, thank you for being with us. We do appreciate you. It's just great to have you part of our community. So we hope you enjoy the rest of your month and have a wonderful February. Hopefully it's not, if If you don't like cold, hopefully it's not too cold for you. If you do like cold, hopefully it is cold for you. I do want some more snow, so I hope it gets colder for us. But otherwise, just enjoy doing the things you love with the people you love, and we will see you in about a month.
Yep.
Yep. Bye.
I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
You can leave that in if you want.
No, thank you.